Governors can't intimidate us. North has 4 years after Buhari. Arewa Youth. Yeah, Arewa Youth Consultative Forum AYCF on Thursday declared that the North still has 4 years to rule Nigeria after the tenure of President Muhammadu Buhari. AYCF National President Yerima Shetima made the declaration while faulting Southern governors' call for a rotational presidency in 2023. Speaking exclusively with the Daily Post, Shetima insisted that the president or former president Olusegun Obasanjo and Goodluck Jonathan ruled Nigeria for 14 years in favor of South, while late Musa Yar'Adua and Buhari would have ruled for 10 years in 2023. Hence, the North has 4 years outstanding. Is this a competition? Like, what is so? It must be 14 years on each side. What? Southern governors have demanded that the southern part of the country should produce Nigeria's next president in 2023. They made the call during a meeting in Lagos State. Reacting, Shetima noted that southern governors cannot intimidate the North with such decisions. But it's not a competition. Why are you feeling like so basically you're threatened? Just so you're threatened by the South, then this whole thing, it will make sense. Literally. He said that is their personal view, which is not binding on Nigerians and Northerners. And I think one thing you guys fail to forget, because you guys have been so corrupt for so long, is that in a democracy, the majority carries the vote. And to be honest, it could be that meaning that is the people that decide who their president is, and not you guys. Well, technically it should, but no, it's Nigeria. We are in a democracy and it must be practiced with all inclusiveness. As far as anybody is concerned, it is not binding on anybody and nobody will abide by such resolution. Why are you contradicting yourself? If we're talking about justice, it was not served to us as far as we're concerned, because there is no way Obasanjo would have had 8 years uninterrupted. Yar'Adua only did 2 years when Jonathan took over as acting president in 2009 and 2011. Jonathan should have not contested going by the arrangement. Basically proving that you guys have some arrangement that you have. Is that even legal? North is supposed to have 8 years uninterrupted, but there was interruption due to natural unforeseen circumstances we found ourselves in. That means that 8 years that you're holding on to like as if it's the key of life, it is gone. Because the representative who was meant to be there for the 8 years that you claim to be did not do 8 years due to natural, unforeseen circumstances. So it wasn't in anybody's control. So what do you want to do? We're going to move. And it's just like, why must it have to be 8 years? Oh my days. This is such a disgusting... this whole thing is really disgusting. It really is. It really is a disgusting view, because I'm like, excuse me, you're not even thinking of how to make the country better. You're thinking of who is there in power for how many years, because you know you're going to be benefiting from something, right? This is actually so insulting. Oh my days. And then they want to talk about Nigeria's corporate existence. Please, come on. We foresaw a day like this coming. Jonathan contested in 2011 and won the election. He had 6 years, while Obasanjo had 8 years, all in favor of the southern part of the country. Jonathan and Obasanjo did 14 years in favor of the South. After the death of Yar'Adua, the 2 years outstanding, Buhari 8 years. If he finishes, you can discover the North only has 10 years. So where lies the remaining 4 years? Where is justice? How can one be so unintelligent? Wow. We insist that nobody can intimidate us. I will say it again, nobody, not even the southern governors, can intimidate the North as it is today. The decision of the southern governors is purely for their business and not binding of any of us in the North. This logic makes absolutely no sense at all. Because it's like, so what if a southerner is president? Like, I'm so confused. You're still pained by that, the fact that Yar'Adua did not stay as long as you had hoped for. Well, that is sad. But we moved because, again, it was not in anybody's control. And if that was lost, that was lost. And the constitution demands that, you know what? Someone has to be replaced. And he was replaced. So why are you getting so pressed about this? Because I'm like, you talk about democracy and equality, but you seem to forget how this whole thing works. There has to be a vote, and the people must have to want it. This is it's so sad, especially as it's coming from a youth forum. Oh my days. When it comes to the kidnap of, of kids, we never really hear anything. You're quiet. You don't say anything. Now it comes to power and, and nepotism. Or now, all of a sudden, you're now having all these views that nobody asked for. And it's so, I don't know how to describe it. Like, this is so, the logic was so written and it was so justified and it came with so much passion and vim, like as if this logic is right and this logic makes sense, when really and truly it doesn't. And it makes you look very unintelligent, and that is very sad for a youth forum, that we are saying, oh, the youth are the leaders of tomorrow. Are these the leaders? Are these the leaders? Because when it comes to things like this that really do not matter, you're talking, you're making the most noise, but then your younger ones are literally being kidnapped, and you literally say nothing happens. You don't challenge your government because of what? Is the absolute audacity for me. Somebody else says, Northerners, in case you do not know, Nigerian presidency is not what we want, so go to hell with your presidency. What's really good about being one with Fulani bandits? Okay. Somebody says, foolish submission. I'm a full-fledged Northerner. How I wish the entire South, comprising would team up with one voice so as to let the North know that they do not have the numerical strength to determine who becomes president. Exactly. And obviously, the South also needs to pull up. You need to pull up. If you really want change to happen, and because again, the change will happen by votes, we also need to pull up as well, because all this is not making sense at all. At all. So yeah, absolutely 100%. And it just does not make sense. How, like, it's the entitlement to think that, 4 years, 14 years, what? It's not even a southern presidency. It's more of a southeastern presidency, what they're asking for, like an Igbo president. So I don't think it's a whole southern thing. I think it was more zoned in to the southeast only. So I'm just like, please just go get, like, it's the logic. The logic don't make sense at all. And it's embarrassing. It is really embarrassing for a youth forum. Yerma has spoken well. We skip that comment. Someone here says, Yerma, your calculations don't work like that. Musa Yar'Adua's death was not caused by Southerners, and as such, you can't blame the South. Whoever it was caused by, or what the circumstances were, it was natural and it was unforeseen. And if you're not there, you're not there. You can't start getting pressed. Like, damn, people are really so losers. You know what? Put what you think about this in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.